Hello and welcome back. I'm Anna Delman, and it is day number 71 of my little notes that I write to myself every day. And I'm still hoping to take it through to 365. So hope you following with me and keeping up. You don't have to have the same little note. You don't have to be diligent. You can have another requirement for yourself for today, pursuing a change in your life. But for me, it is diligence. And to be diligent means to be unwavering in your commitment, and I've made the commitment to myself, and so I need to be unwavering. That means just put all the excuses, all the distractions aside, and there are many. I have many that I argue with inside myself on why I shouldn't and why I should, and so my commitment is what I am sticking to do this. And then I need to be persistent in those little things during the day that I'm looking to change or to reintroduce into my life. And I need to be persistent until they become my habit, until they become my normal functioning or your normal functioning. And then I need to pay attention to the details of those things, the specifics. What are those itty-bitty, nitty-gritty little things? I need to clearly understand the particulars about what I want to change. If it's something within me, I need to know why it went awry, why it went skew, why I'm not functioning the way I was, what were the thought processes about it, what are the triggers, what are the self-soothing things that I do. All of those things need to change, and it calls for a particular call, a particular attention to that. And then, as I said, commitment, determination. And in all of it, in order to succeed, we've got to see a good result. So we need to pursue excellence in what we are doing. And then it's a constant effort, moment by moment, stopping the negative things and practicing a better way, a new way, a better way, the more correct, the moral, the ethical thing that we need to do to bring about that change. And that then becomes, as I spoke of yesterday, over a period of time, when it becomes a habit, we become composed. And if you only following along from this point on, this is the little foundation, little platform I built with a little skewer in it. And so far, these are 70 days of notes, and I hope to fill it all the way to 365. I don't know if the spike is long enough for 365, but maybe, yeah, I think it should do. So I hope you join in and follow along. And now it is July the 28th, so I want to look at Proverbs 28 and verse number 26. Whoever trusts in his own mind is a fool, but he who walks in wisdom will be delivered. So what that is referring to is your own mindset, your own way that you believe is right about the things you do, how you do them, and the way it has possibly been done traditionally in your culture, in your family. You can say, I'm doing this and behaving this way because it's been right for me and my family historically. My father did it, my mother did it, my grandparents on both sides did it, and as far as I know, their parents on their above that, in your ancestry has believed this is always normal, and so you've done it, and it's a good thing. However, he who walks in wisdom will be delivered. Sometimes those historical things, those historical habits or perceptions, rather than habits, perceptions about the functioning of society are not always correct. Sometimes they are, sometimes they're wonderful. However, we need to challenge when we're not sure. If it's something that's making us feel uncomfortable, we need to take a close look at it and examine it. And if your morality is based on the Word of God, that is how you need to examine it and weigh it. And it's not only true of families that historically will believe something and justify their behaviors in how they do something. Even in some churches, their philosophy of how a church should function goes back a long way, and they assume they're doing it all right, but yet they've never truly dug in and examined historically, grammatically, what the truth is, and hold to it. If you do, and you apply the wisdom in your life that comes from Proverbs, and you allow it to go into the nooks and the crannies of your life, of your functioning, of your mindset, your heart, mind, and soul, influencing the people, the places, and the things, you will come to realize that much of what you are possibly doing and believing about life is not the way it should be. And sometimes it comes down to good old-fashioned pride. You don't want to be exposed within your culture, to have culture in your society. That's what I'm referring to when I say culture in this conversation. In your little society, that you have been in error about situations. But biblically you have, morally, ethically you have. And that's what this is referring to. We need to examine if somebody else comes to us and says what you are doing is wrong, or how you're processing that or understanding something is wrong, or your accusations of me are incorrect. You didn't examine them, your perception of what occurred correctly when things were in process, and you've come to a decision and your decision's wrong. You didn't observe correctly. You need to have the humility to be open to being corrected, and open to what is the Word of God actually saying about your role in society. Is it different to your culture and your tradition in your own mind? Then you need to find another way to process why things aren't working out or weren't working out for you in society. I'm trying to be polite and discreet in how I'm explaining that, because it's not good to be misunderstood. However, sometimes the easiest explanation is the best explanation, right? So I hope you're all doing well, and I hope that you are being diligent in the changes you want to make in your life, so that you too can be composed in your functioning and have the confidence of being at peace. Until tomorrow, take care, and we'll talk again. Bye-bye.